Domo, write these keys to victory down for me right here for the Tide and how the Tide could win this game against Georgia on Saturday night.
Well, I want to kind of touch on something how you both said about Alabama really flipping the switch because to me, we're in a position where we don't have a choice but to flip that switch on. Okay, you're going into a very, very hostile environment. Okay, against a great team, a great coach. Okay, and this is a team that you have gotten the best on in the past, including a thriller in Tuscaloosa last season. Okay, so they're gonna be wanting to get their get back. Okay, versus Alabama, especially coming off of a great win against a great Tennessee team. Okay, so I do think that Alabama does not have a choice but to buckle down and flip that switch because if we don't, it's going to be a long night for the Tide. Okay, let's just put it like that. Secondly, you are going to have to be physical. Like you're going to have to be physical. We all know it's the same thing when Georgia Alabama match up. Okay, who can win that battle? In the trenches. Okay, can your offensive line and your defensive line match up against their offensive line and defensive line? Okay, and this is a very physical front seven for Georgia. Okay, they're gonna throw some things at you offensively, and defensively. Okay, offensively, I know they have a stable of running backs that they will throw at you, including
Oh,
Gunner.
yeah.
Yeah, and including Gunner, who can use his legs. Okay, so can you get there? Can your pass rush get there? Can your interior defensive line can they be physical enough? I'm hoping that we get Tim Keenan back. If Tim Keenan does get back, that will be a big lift for Alabama. And I also do not want Alabama fans to sleep on this Georgia wide receiver core because they can make plays when needed. Okay, we also seen that versus Tennessee as well. And if it comes down to a point where Gunner does in fact use his legs, I want to see if our linebackers are disciplined enough, to really use their eyes. And I think another key to victory is that we do not put Ty Simpson in situations to where he has to be the hero. Um,
Ooh.
get that run game going. Hopefully we get Jan Miller back. Okay, try to establish that run game very early on. Okay, and like Randy said, Georgia's gonna make you run the ball. Okay, they're gonna do that. They're gonna test you and see that can you run the football. So I do think that is key for us to establish the run game early on. Okay, as far as Ty Simpson goes, make his job a lot easier. Okay, he's got the receivers. Okay, he's got his RB1 coming back. Okay, he's got a good tight end group, and hopefully the offensive line can have it together this week also. So yes, man, be physical. You know, they're gonna test your manhood, answer the call, and just don't put Ty Simpson in pressure situations.
That's a breakdown on these keys to victory for the Dogs, brother.
Well, it's like most anytime you walk out and play football, right? The first thing you got to do is not beat yourself. So
Yeah.
the thing we know about this Bulldogs team is like a Kirby Smart coach team, they're not going to do that. That's not what they traditionally do. Look, they went up to Rocky Top last week, crazy loud. That place was on tilt. The Dogs didn't have a single offsides penalty, right?
Mhm.
They had one silly penalty early in the game because the guy was trying too hard. Like he blocked his dude out of bounds and got a personal foul for being, out of bounds. So they didn't beat themselves. They didn't turn the ball over. Same thing's going to be true here. Big game, quality team on the other side. Don't go out there and beat yourself. If I'm looking at the X's and O's of the whole thing, one thing you can count on is that Georgia's going to be stubborn about running the football, and they're going to be stubborn about trying to stop the run. So I think they need to remind Alabama that so far this year, they haven't been able to run the ball, right? Bama's been struggling a little bit running the ball.
Yep.
So Georgia's got to show up and be like, guess what? Y'all still can't run the ball. And if they do that and stay stubborn about running the football themselves, that's going to be good. And they got to let Gunner go. They got to let him go do what he does. I know there's a lot out there in the zeitgeist, especially among opposing fans, talking about Gunner can't do this, that, or the other. That's never been a thing that I have had a concern about. Not ever. I'll just go back and look at all my archives.